Christmas, good people. So, in today's random RC ramble, I'm on my Christmas holidays, like many of you are, I guess. And I've got some new kits to build, but then I started making a list of what I've got in terms of kits and projects, and I realised that I've got quite a few projects that I've actually started but not finished, which are Nissan R390 to go with my Le Mans GT1 collection. I've got to finish the RC10, so I painted it, I built it all back together, but I never actually made it run, so I need to put some electronics in that and get that running. Then I've got some Tamiya 112 four-wheel drive off-road vehicles, which are the Porsche 959, and the same chassis is the Toyota Group B. I've got two of those, so the Toyota was running fine, and there's a video where I actually go and run it around. Actually, while dusting it, I broke off. It's so brittle now. Just by dusting it, I damaged what was holding the speed controller on, so I need to try and finish that off. And then I've got a lot of bits and pieces to actually put together another model of this, but a 959 model. And then I've got also, to finish off, this pen doesn't work, I've got a Williams FW24, which is built on the F201 chassis, and I put that together. I got that out of a junk box on Yahoo Auctions, and it all went together and it runs. I started painting it and putting together, and then I lost track of what I was doing and worked on other things, so it's just been left sitting there, and I think that's just about there, sitting on the shelf of shame, things which are unfinished. So anyway, first thing was, let's look at the Nissan R390. So I had just the body shell, which is this kit, and over the last couple of days I started painting this in March and April of this year, and we'll just stop now and I'll just show you some pictures of how I started painting it. And then when we come back, yeah, this is what we've finally got as the final model. It's come together really nicely. I've gone for the Martin Brundle version of the livery. Big Brundle fan. It's awesome in the Jaguars here and here and here, actually. So I've got also accidentally got a bit of a Brundle collection there. Anyway, I've used the TT02 chassis, which I was using for the speed runs. As that chassis is pretty much destroyed, it makes quite a good car to use just to put the body on and hold it on. So that is one down from my list. So that's taken me since March to get that done, but having a few days off for Christmas, hooray, one thing finished, one thing off the magic list. So the next thing is the RC10, so I put some electronics in that. I'm going to run it properly on some gravel a bit later on, but just coming up is the RC10 with electronics on it and just turning its wheels for the first time. So that is now running, and here it is. So, Merry Christmas, people. Going through things I started but didn't finish. This is the RC10. So this is a Cadillac version 1986, I think, from the box. And I sort of put it all back together but never put any electronics in it, so I have now. This is my first time driving an RC10. Yeah, this has got 3D printed tyres on it, so I don't have a lot of good confidence here. God, I always wanted one of these when I was a kid. There it is, RC10, all working. I'm quite pleased with that, probably more pleased than I should be. There we go, people. RC10, 1986. Oh, that's cool. That is cool. So the RC10 runs, that's another one done. So now we're on to the more complicated ones. So I've got this Group B Toyota, and this is what I'm looking at next, is the Group B cars, the Group B Toyota. So this is the Group B Toyota, and to those, probably more people know this as the 959. So they built a second version of this. It's got slightly different body mounts. It's got the resistor moved to a different position. Still got the Technigold motor, but I'm not sure if you can see this on here, but the mounts that hold the mechanical speed controller have just shattered. And they did this just while I was dusting them. This is how fragile this has become. So I'm trying to repair this, and I've got some black sort of Sugru plastic, which I'm trying to mould into the right shape, and we'll see how that works and see if it works okay. But in general, this car is quite cool. The other thing I've got is some 3D printed wheels for this car, which you can see here, which are slightly bigger than the originals, but they take the standard Tamiya tyres, which is quite useful. So I need to sand these down, make them smoother and paint them white, and then they would be ready for the 959. So the Tamiya is drying. I'm trying one of those mounts with some glue in now, and we'll see what that does. And then next up, and this is kind of a new addition, but the original Tamiya I bought to make a 959, and then I decided it was too good to do anything with that. So then I bought another one. So this is a 959, and it came with a Team Blue Groove body, which has been cut badly, so I may have to buy a new one of those and recut it. Other than that, this really just needs a clean up, I think. New oils in the shocks. The tyres are rock hard. They are, I don't even want to touch them. They're just going to break if I touch them. You can see here where it's just been sitting on someone's stand and it's gone flat. Absolutely screwed. But the rest of this car is absolutely immaculate. I don't know if you can see that, but it hasn't even got a scratch on it. Look at it. It's absolutely beautiful. I picked this up from a second-hand shop here in Japan for absolute peanuts, relatively. I mean, I think if this was on eBay, this would be costing me 50 or 60,000 yen, and I picked this up for 30,000, which is, yeah, hardly any money. Anyway, I'm not really sure what to do with this. I need to paint the body up, get the body done for this. I've had this a little while. It's got another Technigold in it as well, which again looks just absolutely like new. You can see that in there. Other than the actual mechanical speed controller, which doesn't look in very good condition, everything else on here looks beautiful. So there's a bit of me who would like to strip down. I'm going to strip these dampers down. They've got no, I don't think they've got any oil in them. Doesn't really, yeah, they're seized actually. So we need to have a look at those. But I don't want to do too much with this because I know how brittle this plastic can be from simply dusting the Group E. Anyway, so I think a delicate rebuild of the shock absorbers is all this is going to get. And a painted body. And I think that's my next task. So I might do a couple of these things side by side. So yeah, we'll do the 911 body. We'll start gluing the Toyota. Sorry, I'm putting this down really carefully because I don't want to smash up another one. And then yeah, the last thing on the list of part done projects is the 201. So I started doing the driver, I screwed it up, and because I screwed it up I just stopped doing it. So I need to clean the paint I put on there and then redo it, do the driver's head, put the decals on this. I've got some new tyres for this, but I really need some new wheels as well, and the wheels are obviously special because they're driven wheels, so I can't just use 104 wheels. Got to get some actual 201 wheels for this. So there we have it. That is the plan. Those are the cars we're working on. So 309 is finished, RC10 is finished. I might do another run of that in the playground on the gravel, just so it looks cool. Then we're then looking at the Toyota, the Porsche and the Williams FW24. And that is going to be my entire holiday plan. Hope you're all well. Thank you.